What's up, everybody? Welcome, everyone, to Table Stories, Witchcraft, and Wizardry. Is everybody ready to be magical?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Is everybody excited?
Yes.
Everybody calm?
No.
Oh, no.
0.
Welcome, everyone, to the second episode of Witchcraft and Wizardry. We're still getting some time to get to know the characters, and as you'll notice, we've got a special guest this week. Hi, Katie. How you doing?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you excited?
Yes. I know. I have my snitch. I have.
Yes,
I grabbed like all my Harry Potter. My sister made this for me at one point. It's a knitted Gryffindor scarf, and I just got all my Harry Potter goodness around me.
Did you
I'm
slap her
excited.
and be like,
sweet.
I'm not a Gryffindor?
No, she made this. No, she made this for me when I was like 13. So
You were a Gryffindor back then.
in my brain I was, and then I took the Pottermore quiz.
Kid, so.
Yeah, and so now I wear this more in honor of Gryffindor than being a Gryffindor. But yeah, no, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you. Nega Oryx is she's got a lot of stuff going on. She's a combination moving and doing a special thing with EA and The Sims. So she's gone this week. She'll be back next week, but it's so great to have Katie hop in here and join us for this week. So thank you, Katie. And let's go around the room. Let's give an intro for everybody and tell everybody where they can find you and what you do and all that good stuff. Colo, could you be so kind as to start us off, please?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Colo. It's nice to meet you. I play games on the internet. I stream full-time on Twitch, and you can come and find me there. Everywhere on the internet, I'm under Hello, It's Colo. I'm also on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter and on Instagram, all in the same places. I love stories. We just finished playing through Life is Strange Before the Storm this week, and my emotions still haven't recovered from that. And it was incredible. Open world adventures, space. I love space. And I just love hanging out and having a chat. Community is kind of my jam. So if you fancy coming and hanging out, come and do that. It'd be nice to meet you. Yeah, also I'm very excited, and I've tried not to think about this all week because every time I have, I've like made a little noise, and I'm starting to freak my cat out a little bit. So I just decided to not try and think about it. So I'm letting it out now. I'm ready.
Well, thank you, Colo. Thank you. Luxie?
Hello. Hi. First of all, I'm so sorry to hear you're recovering from Life is Strange Before the Storm, because wow. My name's Lexi Games. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I stream full-time Tuesday, Wednesday to Sunday. Sorry, it's different now. We're playing basically everything. I have one hand in Luigi's Mansion 3 and one hand in Subnautica, and I'm just doing both at the same time. And yeah, you can mostly find me on Twitter making a fool of myself everywhere. It's Lexi Games. So thanks. I'm so excited for today. I want to do a spell.
Thank you, Luxie. Murgles?
Hi, I'm Murgles. I'm a professional animator and illustrator and all that jazz, art junk. And sometimes I stream on Twitch. Hopefully more soon, but not so sure quite yet. Currently, I have no internet. Anyway,
Could be difficult.
Yeah.
Could be difficult.
Yeah, it could be difficult. Like, I mean, I guess the original streaming was just like shouting out your window and hoping someone would hear you and be entertained. Or like comedy. Maybe I could just become a comedian. There's venues for that, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, still working on that PR person to help me with these intros. You'll definitely notice a difference when that comes in. And yep, super excited about today.
Thank you. Definitely call Murgles. KPP, where can people find you? What do you do? Give them all the lowdown.
My name is Katie Peters Plays. I am here on Sundays for Dying Order, where I play a tiefling who can't roll anything to save anybody.
Ooh,
but it's
rough.
it's rough, but it's fun. And we just wrapped up Nocturne here, which Pumpkinberry GM'd. And oh
no.
I'm Murgles now. Follow me on Instagram at Murgles.
No.
And
Everything is screwed up now. No. It's fine. Keep going. I'll sort it.
okay. But I play sci-fi and horror games on my channel.
Zagoticus, hop on. Sorry. Keep
And
going.
okay. I broke everything by being here. But yeah, you all know who I am. So it's good to be here. I'm excited to make magic.
Thank you, Katie. Zagonicus? You're muted.
Hi everybody, I'm Zgoticus and I'm not muted anymore. I do a bunch of stuff in the Twitch community. You maybe seen me bouncing about the Twitch subreddit. I'm a mod over there and have been for far too long. I've broadcasted in Twitch, I've moderated in places, I've roleplayed, I've been everywhere. I do all sorts of stuff. You can follow me everywhere as Zgoticus if you want to pay attention to any of that. And here in this show I play Alexander Pippin, newly sorted into Ravenclaw. And I'm getting really excited. When Mrs. E heard I was sorted into Ravenclaw, she wasn't happy. Being a Slytherin, she really thought that I should probably be sorted into Slytherin. But then today she came home and she's like, well, since you're in Ravenclaw and she's got crazy colored dyes, and she's like, I'm going to dye your hair blue and silvery at some point. So there you go. And I'm like, okay. That's Mrs. E. And that's me. Hi. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. All right. We got everybody back in place. It's awesome. Okay, good. Good. Everybody's back in place. I'm Wax Steven, and I am the Headmaster of Doom. I'll be dragging the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. And I'm super excited to do so. I'm also the creator of this system. If you are curious about what we're playing here, it is a Harry Potter RPG. It's called Witchcraft and Wizardry, just like the show. And if you want to try it out, you can head on over to tablestory.tv/WAW. But we also have some other big news, and I need everybody in chat to help us out because we have gotten the podcast set up on iTunes. So we need everybody to set up iTunes. PB, if you're still here, can you just respond in chat? Do we have a link on the website for the iTunes for the podcast? Because you can head on over there and just go to the link. Please, please, please rate and review the show. We would absolutely love to get this show set up on New and Noteworthy. It would mean a lot to us here at Table Story, and yeah, we put a lot of work into this show, so it'd be great if you could do that and help us out. Otherwise, you can head on over to that link and you can download the system. It's totally free. You can try it out yourself, play some games, give us some feedback, and hop on our Discord. If we can just do an exclamation Discord in the chat there. And come join us on our public Discord, and you can talk with other people that love playing role-playing games. We do a lot of different stuff here at Table Story. We do regular D&D, we do sci-fi stuff, we do all kinds of stuff. So hopefully you'll come hang out with us and try it out. Regardless, it's time to get things started. Yeah, Murgles, that was the thing that I was mentioning before that got messed up. And is everybody ready? Everybody ready to get magical? Okay.
Very ready. Yep.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, last episode, we met the players' characters. They got their acceptance letters for Hogwarts, and they met each other in various places. They went to Diagon Alley, King's Cross Station, and they met each other on the train. And they had a chance to say hello and meet each other and maybe start the beginnings of some friendships and or frenemies. Who knows? Who knows? But they have in fact started down that road. They met with some of the professors, Hagrid and Professor Neville Longbottom, who's the herbology teacher, and they got sorted. They got sorted into various houses, which is where we wrapped up last episode. So, today's episode is going to be a continuation where we ended the last episode. So, everyone is in the Great Hall of Hogwarts. You've all been sorted into your houses. We've had Maisie sorted into Gryffindor. We've had Rosalina sorted into Hufflepuff. Clementine sorted into Gryffindor. And we've had Hyacinth sorted into Hufflepuff. Hyacinth Hindle. Alexander Pippin sorted into Ravenclaw. And the headmistress, Professor Minerva McGonagall, after having everybody sort through their houses, she's still sort of standing in front with everyone. She says, "All first years, if you could please sit with your houses and introduce yourselves. Now, for school announcements, first, I would like to give some congratulations to our House Cup victors last year, Hufflepuff. That's not playing. Okay. Word. And congratulations also go to this year's head students, Charlotte Willows for Slytherin. Tabitha Colebutton for Ravenclaw. Congratulations to both of you. Now, if the prefects would be so kind as to introduce yourselves to the first years as well, everyone please have a wonderful meal. And all of you begin to see in front of where you sit down at the place settings. Food begin to appear. A fantastic feast of all sorts of food. Vegetables, meats, fruits, wonderful desserts, all set before you. Who's the first to sit down?
Me.
Alexander, you rush on over to Ravenclaw.
But to the food, specifically.
Sure. Well, there's place sittings for everywhere. You can see that an older student sort of will walk over to where the first years sit down. And you can see that it was, in fact, the person that was actually named in the beginning. And this was Tabitha Colebutton, one of the head students. And there's another boy that sort of stands up. You can see Tabitha. She's pretty laid back looking. She has kind of she's got a tense look on her face and dignified eyes. By the way, just out of character here, I think that's the way I'm going to do a lot of the descriptions. I'm going to sort of use the physical descriptions that we have in the rulebook because I'd love to let people's minds wander as to what the people actually look like and have their own interpretations. So you can see Tabitha sort of stands up and she says, hello, first years. It's good to see you here in Ravenclaw. I'm sure all of you will do well. The boy sort of stands up, and you can see that he has a sort of determined look on his face, and he has rather kind eyes. He'll hold his wand up to the side of his neck, and you'll start to see in the air things start to get scribed, and he'll say, "Hello, everyone. My name is Drake Lawson." So you'll actually see the writing in the air, sort of floating right near him. Drake is mute. And he says, I hope you'll all work hard, and it's good to have you in Ravenclaw. And they'll both sort of say their hellos and kind of sit down. Are you sitting like with where the other first years sat down, Alexander?
Where I was directed to, yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so there are 6 other first years for Ravenclaw, kind of in the open area that was kind of left at the table for the first years. And you sit down. Do me a favor, roll me a d6. Okay. You sit down next to a boy, and he's kind of like looking at Drake as he was talking, and Drake sort of he'll like nod his head, and he'll come back over, and he'll put his wand to his neck again, and he'll say, will you be all right? Do you understand the spell? And the boy that you sit down next to will do the same thing that Drake did. And he nods his head, and he closes his eyes and kind of shrugs. And you'll see kind of like scribbled, but it's not as neat or like as well-defined as Drake's was. It'll say, yes, I think so. And like, think is spelled wrong. And he'll scratch it out with his wand. And he like changes the N back so that it's in the right spot. And he says, don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. And he'll kind of like sigh. And he looks at this food, and he like grabs some food, starts to throw it onto his plate, and he'll like look at you. Are you? Is this like catching your attention at all?
Oh, it definitely caught my eye. I'm kind of looking at my wand and thinking if I want to try it or not.
You wanted to like try the spell?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Like, just I try to do it sneaky so they don't see it, so I have the wand at the other side, and then I just.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
And I tried to get hello to show up.
Absolutely, we need a roll for this. Definitely. This is going to be a magic roll. This is going to be a magic roll for sure. Let's see. So.
How much negative?
So normally, what happens with these spells, just so the viewers are aware here, you're making a 2d6 roll plus an attribute, and spells specifically are based on a year, like the normal year that the spell is taught. And we'll say that this is a first year spell. So you don't know any spells just yet. So we're gonna say this is a -1 forward to this. So you can go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your magic, and it's gonna be a -1 forward. You are in fact trying to cast a spell. Oh, an 11! Okay, so the cast a spell move on a 10 plus, the spell succeeds. So whatever you're saying sort of starts to pop up, and you see all of the letters get spelled out. Just what you say. It's all a bit awkward, though, just like his were. The letters are all a bit strange.
Yeah, it reads hello first and then, oh wow, that's cool.
And then you see him do the same thing. He like looks at you and says, "Are you mute as well?"
Oh. I put my wand down. Oh no, I was just I thought it looked cool, so
More letters
give it
start
a
to
try.
start to appear, and he says, I'm Barney Dogwood."
Hey, I'm Alexander Pippin. You can call me Alex.
"Nice to meet you."
Yeah, I didn't mean to be rude. It looks cool.
"I love it here. It's so great." And Barney has fearless eyes, and his face is sort of indifferent for the most part. But you can see he has like a sort of, I need to prove myself kind of set of eyes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's really cool. Is it okay if I do it sometimes? I just think I like it.
It doesn't bother me.
Is it okay if we start eating now, or do we need to wait?
He's already like, he's got his plate full of food. People are eating already. You can see that they're kind of just pigging out a little bit.
I take a quick look round after being distracted. And I just start grabbing things off of plates and piling mine up first. And I have a big mound in front of me, and then I get started.
Absolutely. Start going to town. Who's next to sit down?
Probably me.
All right.
I'm in tow. If she's going to sit down, I'm probably like right behind her.
Okay.
And I'm aware of that as well, but like helping her. Like I'm not like, there's somebody following me. It's not that kind of attitude. It's like aware of the responsibility kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Are you trying to find anybody in particular, Maisie?
Not really. I see where you were going in this one. Not really. I think Maisie's probably just trying to kind of get her bearings at the moment, and let's leave it at that. I think just trying to get her bearings.
Okay, fair enough. I think you sit down. Clem is 1 to 2 steps away from you, following up right behind you. Clem, are you? How are you feeling about the selection here?
About the selection? Truly and honestly, I know absolutely nothing about magic or Hogwarts. I feel rather indifferent. I think I'm actually really excited about the fact that I saw Professor Longbottom was a part of this house, or like saw him at this table. And so I guess I feel kind of like closer, or like not closer, that's super creepy. I guess I feel, I just feel maybe like I belong just a little bit more, and that's a cool feeling.
How do you feel about Rosalina being in a different house? You two were kind of developing a little bit of a friendship.
Yeah. I'm worried that I'll never see her again, even though I know that like, I'm worried there's like this low philosophical anxiety of just like, what if I never see her ever again?
You've got like little anime characters dancing around behind you, you know, that are just like the waterfall. You know?
No, please, I'm not the anime character, please.
Too late, already been typecast.
It's just my hands like slowly get like forced up. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so both of you kind of sit down. And you see this like amazing feast, you know, start to pop up all around you. And all the food just kind of like starts to pop up into existence in front of you. And do you sit next to each other, I assume?
Yeah, I go and find a space, like the first free space, but I make sure that I shimmy along enough that there's space for her to sit down as well. Like, that's the priority. We're looking for 2 spaces.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Okay. I'd like both of you to roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both of you roll me a D8, please. Interesting. Okay. So, let's see. Maisie, you sit down next to another girl. She has a rather angular-looking body, kind eyes, and sort of an emaciated-looking face.
Okay.
You heard her name when the Sorting Hat was sorting everybody. This is Ember Dots that you're sitting next to. Ember Dots.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
It's Ember, right?
Yeah,
Hi, I'm Maisie. It's nice to meet you.
great.
Are you okay? Are you okay? This is my friend Clem. Clem, this is
Hi.
Ember.
Hi,
I
Amber.
think.
Hi.
So where are you
Real
from?
talker.
From Maghol?
Oh, where's that?
I legit don't know. I just have a randomizer. It's somewhere in the UK.
Oh. Okay. I don't really know what to say to you.
Nice to meet you. And she'll like kind of dig into her food. She looks like really hungry. She's pretty ravenous. She's just like devouring this food in front of her. She's got a little bit of everything.
I think she's just hungry, Clem. I think she's just hungry.
Yeah, maybe.
We should catch her later. Maybe we can talk to her then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The woman that there's another girl that sits next to you on your side, Clem. She's got a wiry body, mischievous eyes, and a grim face. This would be the person that you heard during the sorting as Laurel Bucktown. Laurel Buckton.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
cool.
I'm Laurel.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm Clem.
Hi.
Cool that we got Gryffindor, eh? I don't know what it means.
Right? Isn't Gryffindor the best?
Sure. Yes. Yep. Do we have to say that? Yeah.
Why would we have to say that?
I don't know. Like, is that like a thing? Like,
We're not being indoctrinated.
uh-oh.
I mean, I think it's fair to say, just hop over there. Like, I think it's just fair. I think we should say, just to be fair, that every house does have its, its individual thing. So I think we should probably say that
I
as
mean,
well.
I think the Sorting Hat said that too. So I'm with you on that.
I think Gryffindor's the best.
Well, I'm glad that you got put here then.
Yeah.
Me too. So, are you excited about any classes?
What? Yeah. I heard that there was astronomy. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, it's a first year class.
Yeah. Should be cool. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, Maisie. What about you?
I mean, I'm just excited for Quidditch, really, but I guess I'm probably not gonna get to play that because I'm a first year, so...
Wait, what's Quidditch?
Everybody like around you kind of like gives you like a look.
You don't know about Quidditch?
You've never heard about Quidditch?
Of course I do.
Be nice to her. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
Quidditch is-
don't worry. I'm good. I was just joking.
Look, it's okay. I can help you.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so it's sport. I mean, I don't really know much about Muggles, but I've heard about this thing called like arm ball. Is it arm ball? And there's like an egg, and people push it with their feet into hoops. Like a sport. It's a sport.
Yeah, sorry, real bad with sports. This is like soccer, but with a weird egg-shaped ball.
I mean, maybe I don't really
Sure,
know
I
what
think
soccer
I
is.
get it. Like ball
Oh,
in hoop.
I've seen soccer
Basketball?
before. No, it's not like soccer. It's in the air with brooms.
Well, yes, but Muggles don't have those.
They don't have brooms.
Well, we have them, but for cleaning.
Oh, we fly. We use them to fly. I mean, not me personally. I can't. I mean, I'm not allowed a broom. I'm a first year, but maybe one day, right?
Listen, we can get. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen, Maisie. Whatever we have to do, we will do that. Don't worry, I got your back.
That's very sweet of you, and I've got yours. You know, like I don't know everything. You know, I mean, I hardly know anything really, but I can help you if you're stuck. Oh, sorry, that sounded really rude. I don't mean, I'm not trying to say that I think you're stupid because you're really not.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, I would say the same thing to you, except I can't really, there's no muggle stuff here. There's no muggle stuff here. But if
know
you ever
anything
need to
about-
ride the subway.
What's a subway? Oh my goodness, I have so much to learn from you. What's a subway?
Oh, well, let me tell you. Okay, so a subway. It's like a giant monster that lives under the ground. People ride in it.
People ride monsters? Muggles? Muggles ride monsters?
That's not really. It's not, I mean, it's like a, like a steel monster. It's not really like alive, but I like to think it is.
I think we need a convince roll. I think you're trying to do the convince move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a convince move. Roll plus your heart, please.
Okay.
When you try to make someone hear you, either through intimidation or conversation. Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody's on board. You can see like the other kids around you like, monsters? Muggles ride monsters? What kind of monster is it?
But hold
I
on, it's a
immediately feel so guilty. But I am not going to move past this.
Is it like a dragon? Does it breathe fire or anything?
How does it move?
No
If
fire,
it's
no
made
fire.
of metal, how do the Muggles make it move if it's made out of metal? Is it like some
Eats
kind of
old
living
dinosaurs. Sometimes it eats electricity. Is there electricity? Do you know that?
How?
Yeah, the Muggles got it kind of cool too, like we got some stuff going on.
That's amazing. Have you seen a subway before?
I've been in.
You've been inside a subway?
Yeah.
Did
Did
it
it
eat you?
eat you?
It like eats you for like a little bit of time, and then you get it spits you out where you want to be, which is super cool.
So it's.
Do you get covered in slime or anything?
No slime. Muggles like to keep things clean, organized.
Oh, slime? Seems weird.
Oh, but it's not that kind. It's not like super weird. I mean, like it makes big loud noises though, and it's super scary.
So I'm so confused. I didn't think Muggles had any kind of magic. I thought everything you did with your I thought it was all with your hands. I didn't think that this would exist. This is amazing. Can you tell me more? What else do I need to know about Muggles? This is fascinating.
I'll tell you everything you want to know.
You can, if you would like to, Maisie, you can try and make a move here if you want. You can try and do the I read about that move. You are a pureblood, however.
Yeah, so that's not going to go down very well.
You would have a -2 forward.
This is body, right?
No, this is mind. This is mind.
Oh, this is mind.
Yeah.
It's -2. What, have I done my points wrong then?
No,
Because I
no,
appear
you
to
just you just hit the button and the pop-up is going to come up, and when the pop-up comes up, it'll say how much forward. You get a -2 for forward because you were a pureblood.
My pop-up's not coming up for some reason.
It's
here we
probably
go.
under your
I
sheet.
get -2 because I know nothing about Muggles, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can. So this is for me to say I heard about this thing. Is it true?
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell me about this thing that I read about? I mean, I didn't really read about it, to be honest with you. I kind of heard it through a friend who heard it on the Quidditch pitch. I think Ida's actually might have heard it on the pitch and then told Flora, who then told me, and then I told my mum, and then she didn't know what to make of it. So then I don't really know. Anyway, I heard about this thing, and basically it's like a brick, except you can touch it and it does things and it has like pictures on it and all sorts of stuff like that, and Muggles put them in their pockets. Oh,
She has essentially taken several different things that she's read about and combined them in her head.
Yeah. Whack, I have a question for you. I remember at one point I read something somewhere and heard something on the Quidditch pitch that said that I was able to have a smartphone with me.
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked about that. So, I think part of your introduction here into Hogwarts, and we didn't have time to mention every possible thing last episode, but there would have been, I think when you were walked to the school, Professor Flitwick would have told you,
For any Muggleborn that are entering this year, if you have any of those devices, they're called mobile phones, make sure that during school hours, they are turned off. If we hear any of those infernal noises and beeps and boops and whatnot, they will, in fact, be confiscated. So make sure that they are turned off at all times during school hours. After class and in your free time, you are free to use them as you wish.
Okay, cool.
And be wary, however, that magical signals can, in fact, disrupt your communications.
Okay, so you're like telling me all that stuff, and I'm like, oh, you mean this?
No, what's that? That's not. No, what's one of those? Whoa! What's that?
I mean, I think we're not in class, so I think it's okay.
Is
Well,
that one?
let me tell you, something like it. This is kind of like magic. But
as you're talking about this,
it's not school hours.
No, I know. I know.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know muggles could do magic.
There's like a weird kind of sound that happens in the middle of the table. You see some sort of ethereal visage start to rise up through the table. It looks like a ghost. What exactly is that device?
I grab onto Maisie, like,
And we switch to a different table. We head on over to Rosalina. Rosalina, how do you feel? You just got sorted into Hufflepuff. You saw Clem and Maisie and Olive sort of like walk off and head on over to Gryffindor, and Alex head on over to Ravenclaw. How are you feeling?
I have just been really distracted by the sky because I can see it, but we're inside, and I'm just like, I've just been fascinated this entire time. I'm still standing up there just like...
Oh, Professor McGonagall probably would have like sort of shuffled
Scooted
you
me
off.
away.
Yeah, she would have scooted you.
Just walking towards the table, just staring up at the sky.
Come on, dear.
Confused.
You need to head to your house.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
You're with Hufflepuff right over there.
Okay, cool. Just gonna go find a place and sit in it.
Yeah, and you sit down next to this other girl that was also sorted. I think were you paying attention to the other people that got sorted aside from your friends that you've kind of met so far?
I think it probably was more focused on my friends than anyone else.
Okay. Yeah, you sit
One-track
next to this other first year that you sort of, moves with you or moved ahead of you. Kind of the last spot left. You sit down next to Hyacinth. What do you look like, Hyacinth?
Hyacinth is very frail looking. She's kind of hunched over. She looks slightly anemic, and like, are her lips a different color? You can't quite tell than her skin. She's flushed though, so her cheeks are really pink, and her eyes are just darting everywhere. And there's a strong smell that you think is perfume, but also you get a hint of something else every now and then that you're just like, I don't know what that is. But she's just kind of sitting there quietly, looking at the food and looking at everybody and smiling.
Okay. So yeah, the girl that was kind of like hanging back from the sorting and whatnot meanders on over towards your table and sits down next to you.
Hello. I'm Rosalina. It's nice to meet you.
Hello, my name's Hyacinth Hindle, but you could just call me Hyacinth.
It's so nice to meet you, Hyacinth. I heard there was gonna be food here, but also, have you seen the sky? 'Cause look, I have. This is pretty cool. Are you, are your parents wizards, or are you a muggle born, or?
Oh, I'm a pureblood. My father, he was in Slytherin, and my mom, she was in Hufflepuff.
So you're just like your mom. That's so exciting.
Yeah,
So
my
do you
brothers
know,
come
like,
here.
They do? How many brothers do you have?
They're twins. They're in Hufflepuff too. They're year fours. And I point down the table to them.
What do they look like?
They have stringy, short brown hair, and they're just being loud and joking with the other 4 years that they're already comfortable with, and they look too cool for school, but they look friendly.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you can see there's like a few like little errant spells that are sort of like whistling past here and there, Few people doing like minor charms and things kind of like under the table and trying not to cause any sort of like crazy disturbances and whatnot.
Just like I'm plomping things out of my pockets like onto the table in front of me. Like I have like 3 crystals and like an empty vial and
Yeah.
just dumping whatever my wand.
There's like very minimal space on the table, so you're just kind of
Yeah.
pushing stuff out of the way to.
It's just lining them up. I just need, just like I could really use like I kind of miss my dad, so I could just like really use some good vibes, you know? Hi, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Do you miss your parents?
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't get into Hogwarts, my father would probably disown me. But I miss them. I want to make them proud.
You will.
You miss your dads?
Yeah, I have 2 dads, and one's English and one's American, and they, you know, they had these weird Muggle names, and then when they got married, they decided to just like give it up, and so now my last name is Earthcloud, which is, I don't know,
Ooh.
pretty artsy, but I think it fits them well. They're, you know, one's a little earthy, one's a little. Anyways, I heard there was gonna be food here.
Yeah, there's lots of food. I think you can get whatever you want.
Oh, is our food there already?
Oh yeah, the food would have.
She's like just talking, but just continually digging in. She has like asked no questions. She's already putting stuff on her plate.
Yeah, Hyacinth just has a giant plate of mashed potatoes in front of her, and she's just going to town on them. As she's talking to
full of
Rosalina.
carbs. Just loading up.
It's just mashed potatoes.
That's You haven't seen Colo stream before. How dare.
I just really love potatoes. I'm sorry, guys, to interrupt. I just really love potatoes.
You're
You have to mash it on stream now for Katie.
Yeah, she's just taking a little bit of everything. It's just like everywhere, talking continually, but eating at the same time.
By the way, chat, if you missed it, we have ourselves 2 Witchcraft and Wizardry emotes that you can use. Combo emotes. We have a wand and the magic spells. So I'm really curious to see how people are going to use those in hilarious and interesting ways.
We also have a Rosalina emote for my stream now, so I know.
Oh, snap.
We whipped it out.
Oh, snap. Yeah, so you're chowing down on these mashed potatoes, and Rosalina and Hyacinth, both of you give me a D6, please. Okay. So, let's see. That
You
was
need
a
to
6
roll
one.
again, Lexi.
Oh,
No
yeah.
space between the
Bit
one
of
and the
space.
D6.
Oh, damn it. I was like, man, I really failed that one.
Okay, so let's see. Hyacinth, you are sitting next to a girl that kind of looks a bit spindly. You can see that she actually has her eyes covered, and there's like this sort of mechanical looking contraption that she's got on her eyes that kind of look like really big goggles. And inside the goggles, there's 2 eyes that are kind of like swiveling around a bit.
Hello, what's your name?
Hello, I'm Rain. Rain Salamander.
Oh, Rain.
Rain has a spindly body. She's blind, and she has an apprehensive face. She's a bit worried looking, as if you're trying to stare like at her goggles.
Well, this is Rosalina. Rain.
Goggles,
Hi.
her goggles kind of like swivel on over a bit.
It's nice to meet
They
you.
meander a little bit before they go there.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Are you excited to be here?
This is all a bit much. There's so many things to see.
I know, lots of people to talk to. Also,
Yeah, things to touch and food to
I've never
eat.
seen anything like this before. They gave me these special goggles before I came here.
So you were blind before you came, but they gave you magical goggles? That's incredible. Are you having the best time looking at everything?
I can't stop looking.
Do you have a favorite thing? Or color? Or food?
What color is that?
She points at something you're wearing. Or maybe one of your crystals.
This is it's a pink. It's a quartz. It's pink though. It's really pretty.
I like
Do you want
that.
to touch it?
Can I?
Yeah.
I can't.
You can. It's like it has like really healing vibes. It might like calm you down a little too if you're like overwhelmed. You wanna?
She looks like she's getting really shy and kind of.
I'll touch it if with you, if that's okay.
And like,
And I'll put my hand on the crystal.
we're all touching the crystal.
She kind of puts her finger on.
What
Feels a
color
little
is that?
tingly.
What color is that?
This one's pink.
Pink.
Just
I
gotta
like
plonk it down. I'm so glad.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the Hufflepuff colors now that you get to wear yellow all of the time?
It's bright.
It's very bright.
I'm just housing some more mashed potatoes.
And she's looking around. You can tell like everything is really interesting to her. She's kind of making like little, kind of like little happy noises. And
What was her name again?
this is Rain Salamander.
Thank you.
Or Rain Salamander, I should say, not Salamander. And yeah, there's one of the prefects that was identified in the beginning. Probably like as you sat down, would have gotten up and starts to walk around. She's kind of bony, sort of skinny. You can see she's got like piercing eyes and unremarkable looking face. She walks over to the group of the first years, and she says,
Hello, I'm our villa cats. How's everyone doing? Are you enjoying the food?
It's incredible. I like your name.
Thank you.
she's speaking like really quietly too. Like you probably have to lean in, just kind of have to, just to hear anything that she's saying.
So is, do you have any questions or anything that I can help you with?
When do we get to learn magic?
Well, classes will be starting on Monday.
Okay, cool. So, like, before then, is it, like, illegal to do magic? Or, like, should I not do it? Like, could I blow myself up? Or...
You can definitely blow yourself up if you're not careful.
Okay, cool. I'm probably just gonna wait for classes then, because I don't
That's a
think
good
my dad
idea.
would like it if I
First
was...
years have been known to have some incidents.
Well, could be fun. No. Okay, cool. Thank you. What house are you in? Are you in Hufflepuff too?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
I'm
Missed
also
the
the
tie.
captain of the Quidditch team. I play keeper.
Is Quidditch... Can I roll an I read about that?
You definitely can. However, this is a you're a Muggle-born, yes?
So would it be a magic roll?
No. This is a mind roll, but you have one of the drawbacks of being a Muggle-born is you really don't know much about magical history or things along those lines. So
I
it's
have really negative going forward here.
yeah. So I think you have a -1. What's your drawback?
Yeah, it's
that's-
-1.
Yeah, it's -1. So it's a -1 forward. So
Okay.
you just roll your mind roll, and when the box pops up, hit a -1 in there. All right, a 9, a partial success. So if you look at the moves handout, you can see in the I read about that move. On a 7 to 9, you get to ask me 2 questions from the list.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask, what does it do, and is it dangerous?
Okay, so yeah, you've maybe you've been glancing at some of the books before you got to Hogwarts, because you did go to Diagon Alley a few months ago. So maybe you've been looking at some of the books, and you saw some stuff about Quidditch. Yeah, you got a little bit on the gist of Quidditch, and it's a magical sport that's extremely popular in the magical community. And you get the basics. There's chasers and beaters and seekers and keepers, and there's different teams. And it is definitely dangerous. Yeah, it's definitely a dangerous sport. You're flying around many feet above the ground on a broom at fast speeds, 50 to 70 miles an hour, and there's very angry quaffle balls that are flying around here that are trying to smash people. Yeah, it's super dangerous.
So I'm just I'm like, so I read about it, and I'm pretty sure it's super dangerous. So you must be like a daredevil, and also it's like there's like at least 8 balls, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I can tell you about it. It's one of my favorite sports.
I would love to. I mean, I'm pretty clumsy, so I probably wouldn't play sports, but I'd love to watch. I'd love to watch.
I would look up. How do you say her name?
This is Arvilla Katz.
Arvilla Katz. So I'm leaning closer to her more than probably anybody else is, because I'm hard of hearing in my right ear. So I'm leaning like super far over, and I'm saying very loudly, when do we learn how to fly on broomsticks?
And she's talking really quietly, so it's doubly bad for you. She says,
We begin learning first year. There's a flying class.
I'm gonna get to fly on a broomstick.
she points over to one of the professors, and yeah, at the table, you can see a certain Professor Rolanda Hooch. She is very athletic looking, even though she's a bit older. She has piercing eyes and a wild face.
Oh,
That's Professor Hooch. She teaches flying.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm like really excited about the flying thing. Hey, what are the chances I will fall off my broomstick and get poorly injured, badly injured, die? Maybe? People don't die here, right? That'd be crazy because
No
it's a
one's
school.
died for a very long time.
Like how long? She's like holding a crystal, like really tightly clutching it to her body.
Playing Quidditch? Maybe 50 years?
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna leave that to the rest of the people. That's yeah, like the odds are not in my favor.
Excellent. So we return back, I think, to the Ravenclaw table where Alex and
Barney
were sort of having a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and Barney have been chatting it up. Barney is witty, and he seems fairly brave despite the fact that he's mute, and he's getting like kind of upsetted himself. Like every time he makes a mistake with the spell and it's not spelled right, or he like crosses it out and kind of angrily in the air, and he sighs.
I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, people stumble over their words all the time, and you've got to think about it and cast a spell at the same time, so it's twice as hard. Really, when you think about it.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I like your handwriting, air writing. Writing? Is it the same as your handwriting, or does it come out different?
It's a little different.
Interesting. Well, like I said, it's pretty cool anyway. What kind of magic do you like?
Well, Dad's really good at charms.
Mm-hmm. I like flashy stuff, mostly. I like stuff that looks cool.
Like what?
Well, I quite like your... I like the talky, righty spell. That looks good. I mean, I don't really know any spells yet, but when I think about what kind of spells I would like, it's flashy ones that look good. Because otherwise, what's the point, really? Magic's so cool, so why would you do boring stuff? You know?
He just kind of like nods his head. He's done that like a bit, you know, like he'll like ask you a question or something and just kind of nod. You can tell that this is a bit new to him, or at least like maybe a little bit different, or it takes a while maybe to learn the spell. And you picked it up pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it probably takes most people like a really long time to get good at it. And he's just been, you know, fairly passive in the conversation. You know, you've been initiating like with a lot of the questions and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you kind of finish up your food, and it's probably at this time that Headmistress McGonagall will sort of head back up to the front again at the podium. And she says, Students! If I could have your attention again, please. Shortly, you will be led by your house prefects. But first, I think it's important that you know all of the heads of house. Gryffindor's head of house is Professor Aurora Sinistra. And she motions behind her. And there is a woman that has a sort of willowy body, fearless eyes, and an expressionless kind of face. It's just like there's nothing there. And she'll sort of stand up and take a bow. Professor Sinistra teaches astronomy.
That was what you...
The Hufflepuff head of house is Professor Aster Box.
And another woman sort of stands up. She has a sort of towering body. I'm sorry. You can see she also has those sort of strange goggles that Rain had. And she's got kind of like a thin face. She sort of like lifts the goggles up, and you can see her eyes are really interesting looking. They have a lot of colors to them, but she can't really focus on anything particular when she lifts her goggles up. And she says, the Ravenclaw head of house, many of you have already met. That is Professor Phileas Flitwick. And Professor Flitwick tries to make himself known, but he's a bit smaller than everyone else, so it's a little bit more difficult. Probably see the wand sort of pop up and wave. I'm sure his chair is probably a bit higher so that you can see just a little bit of him. In the Slytherin head of house, Professor Blair Borealis. And, you can see that this man is fairly tall. He's probably like 6'4" or so. He's very good looking. He's got like really intense, like penetrating looking eyes, and a very pretty looking face. I think he's probably got. Well, I'll leave it up to your imagination. I want to stay away from that round. But he'll kind of like nod his head. Professor Borealis teaches divination. Professor McGonagall has like a bit of a sourpuss on her face as she mentions this. And, of course, our groundskeeper and keeper of keys, Rubius Hagrid. There's like a bunch of cheers that kind of like go up in the crowd, sort of peppered throughout. Hagrid gets all the cheers. And, of course, a new addition this year, our new caretaker, Mrs. Nanny Buckland. And a woman sort of stands up, and she is towering. She has a towering body, an intense set of eyes, and a round face. And immediately she's the only one that speaks up after she gets up. She says, Nanny Buckland here. I'm happy to take care of all of Hogwarts, and all of you would be sorted rather well if you would keep to all the rules and make sure that there's... All right, that'll be enough, Miss Buckland. Please sit down. Oh. Fine. She sits down. Right, so, if everyone's done with their food, it would be wonderful if all the prefects could please, prefects, begin to lead your students to their appropriate common rooms and dormitories. All of your things will have already been brought to your rooms. Thank you, everyone. And, yeah, people start to get up from the dining hall. And I think Clementine, probably, you're still keeping an eye on nearly headless Nick, he's been trying to check out your phone, like he's been trying to look at it throughout the meal. He's kind of wandering around, and maybe a few of the other ghosts will as well. Great. Yeah. Everyone starts to get up from their seats and whatnot, and prefects will kind of, all right, first years, come with me. All right, girls. All right, all the boys with me. You know, everyone starts to get called over by their various prefects. So... everybody's prefects. Let's just mention these again. You should probably take note of these. The seventh year prefects are the ones that would sort of get you sorted here. For Ravenclaw, it was Tabitha Colebutton, and she was also one of the head students. The head students are the students with the best grades. They're kind of like the valedictorian for Hogwarts. And they've gone away from the division of the boy and girl head students, and it's just the two best students get the head student moniker, the title. And Drake Lawson was the male Ravenclaw prefect. And for Hufflepuff, it was Arvilla Katz. Also introduced herself as the captain of the Hufflepuff Quidditch team, and she plays the keeper. And the other prefect was one we didn't get to meet, but that's Gustav Pratt. Gustav Pratt. He's got a certain smell to him. It's not a great smell. He's got a touch of the halitosis, I think. Maybe a melange of different smells. He has distracted eyes and a pale face. And the Gryffindor, the Gryffindor representatives. Sorry, what did I do with those? Okay. There's one that introduced himself as Rufus Slate. He's he's androgynous looking, sort of guilty eyes and an indifferent face. And there's also Pandora Owler. Pandora Owler. And she has a sort of lean body, indifferent eyes, and an expressive face. So I think we switch back to the Hufflepuff group, and we see Rosalina and Hyacinth getting sort of moved along, and this is by Arvilla Katz, who's trying to direct everyone, but really quietly, and she's kind of like, signaling for everybody to follow her. And it's not going well. There's a lot of like miscommunication and things that are happening, but she doesn't really seem plussed by it. As you start to head into the head towards the kitchen, it looks like it's really strange looking. Starting to head towards the kitchen.
Do you think we get late night snacks?
I was just wondering if I should have put some in my cloak from dinner.
I know, but we're gonna be by the kitchen. I wonder if that means we can get snacks whenever we want.
Oh my god, I hope so. Like we could just have like plates of cookies. Wow, that sounds great.
My mouth is just agape thinking of the possibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's you're walking through the what appears to be the kitchen area. It's sort of strange looking. And let's do that. Let's bring you here. Okay. So, you get you start to head towards the kitchen. And it's really strange. I mean, you guys are moving through the kitchen. Like, what are you doing here? And Arvilla says, all right, everybody follow me. There's people that are kind of like getting lost. She's trying to like motion towards them. And Gustav starts to speak up and he says,
Excuse me, this way, please. No, come over here. Follow me. That's right.
Arvilla is still acting as if she's got the lead, but she's just so freaking quiet. And as she's walking in the kitchen, she trips over like a spoon and totally does a face plant right into the ground.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
She'll push herself back up.
She's like attempting to help her.
She dusts herself off. She's not plussed by this. This seems like it's something that happens all the time. Gustav is shaking his head. And she says, all right. You walk over towards these three large, well, I guess they're very large looking barrels that are kind of like nondescript near the wall. And she says,
All right, here we are.
Those are... We live in... I mean, that's chill if we're gonna sleep in a barrel, but are we sleeping in barrels?
This is the entrance.
Gustav says,
You should probably explain what it's for, Arvilla. To get into the common room, you need to rhythmically tap on the barrel, as if you were saying Hufflepuff with your wand.
and she'll tap, 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 as if Hufflepuff onto the barrel. So you'll just kind of like hear the knocking on the barrel. The barrel opens up, and she just kind of crawls through. Inside, you can see a very welcoming looking space. There's a sort of hearth going, and it's a nice fire is going. It's warm in here. It's very inviting. There are plants everywhere, furniture. Everything looks very comfortable in this place as you kind of crawl through into this very cozy looking place. There's plants that are just kind of resting on the sills, and there's moonlight that's kind of cascading in through the room. Candles are lit just about everywhere, and it's just a very sort of warm place. And she says,
All right, first year girls with me. Let's show you to your dormitory.
Just like touching everything I can while following her up to our rooms. Just like holding my hands out and running my fingers along everything.
oh yeah, you can see there's like a weird looking little animal that's kind of curled up near one of the barrels.
What? Hey,
It has a little.
I know we gotta go to bed.
Has a little
but...
duck bill, and you can see that it's kind of playing with this shiny silver ring that's attached to the barrel.
What is that?
That's our Niffler.
Is it our pet?
Not really.
He just stays here?
Well, she does, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was very presumptuous of me. Do you think that maybe it wants one of my crystal? Can I give it? It looks like it might want
Don't
it.
show it anything shiny.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I will keep this in here. Hi, love you. Goodbye. Good night.
That's
Sorry.
Bucket.
Bucket? Sorry, that's adorable. That's a great name for that thing. Does it have a breed or like a? It's like a.
It's a Niffler.
Does Bucket get along with other pets?
As long as the other pets aren't wearing anything shiny.
Just checking Sweet Pea, my frog, to make sure it's not got any crystals on it.
Yeah, Bucket looks really intent on trying to get this like shiny ring off of the barrel. It's not moving. It's probably like enchanted to not be removed. This is there's like a little blanket area that's kind of sat there. There's probably certain things that are enchanted in the common room so that Bucket can't steal it.
Just be careful. If you have anything like any galleons, don't hide. Don't leave it out. Bucket will take it.
Is Bucket a thief?
Oh, yes.
I love Bucket. Bucket could take anything that I own. I mean, I won't. It's probably bad for Bucket, but Bucket could if Bucket wanted to. Hi, Bucket.
Bucket doesn't even really acknowledge you. Bucket, she's just
fine.
playing with the little ring. All right, and you get sort of led to your dormitory. Really beautiful looking beds with canopies on them. They look like epic beds, especially for someone's your age. They're just covered in the Hufflepuff colors, and everything just looks so cozy, comfy.
It's perfect.
Can I just starfish onto the bed?
Do whatever you
I
want.
starfish onto the bed. Crystal spilling out of my pockets, and I'm just like, it's amazing. This is incredible. We get to, Hyacinth, we get to sleep in here.
I know. Would you like to meet Gregory?
Yeah. Gregory.
And on my bed, there's this mangy-looking cat. It's gray, and you know what Crookshanks looks like. Gregory could give Crookshanks a run for his money or her money. And the cat's meowing a lot. It's very needy, but very loving.
Is that a cat?
Yes, obviously, it's a cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's perfect.
One of his ears is just kind of like to the side. One's flopped over, and his face is a little off center.
Has he? Was
Oh, he's
perfect. Just perfect. Can I touch it?
yes, he's my best friend.
I'm just gonna. I have does it's Gregory, right?
Yes,
Is there a
Gregory.
royal name for a cat? Does Gregory like frogs? Because I have this frog. Her name is Sweet Pea.
Oh, I mean, I've never introduced him to a frog.
Oh my!
Try.
I bet Sweet Pea would love to make friends. I'm just gonna slowly lower Sweet Pea down in front of.
I think we get the camera getting really close to Gregory's eyes, you see them.
Should we roll for friendship?
Oh, I think Gregory wants to make friends. All right.
I'm just snatching Sweet Pea back up. You know what? I'm gonna keep Sweet Pea right up here on top of my head and away from Gregory. It was nice to meet you, Gregory. I'm gonna mosey on back over to
Gregory's
my close bed.
perfect. Oh, and I sit cross-legged on the bed, and I just start petting Gregory, and he's just turning into it's like a pile of fur. You can't make any distinguishable face, head, butt. So I'm just petting this mush of hair.
Okay, fair enough. We switch scenes. We head on over to a magical staircase that seems to be moving to your probable discontent, is my guess. Maisie and Clementine. Let's see.
How are we gonna get to where we need to go?
Your prefect, this will be Pandora Owler, says,
Don't worry. Everything will sort itself out if you give it a moment.
Okay, thanks.
by the way, this is a good time to give a shout out to Jay the Way for providing a wonderful program for us here on Table Story, a positional audio program that allows us to do cool things like play with some magical stairs as they move about. Thank you to Jay the Way. And he made a lot of the sound effects and things that you'll hear tonight as well, a lot of the spells and whatnot. And a shout out as well to Etoile Lyon for making the character sheets, custom character sheets for Witchcraft and Wizardry, which, by the way, we'll make those available to everybody on our website as well, along with the rule book and everything else, as soon as we just make sure everything's all polished and ready to go. So, Pandora says,
Everything will sort itself out in just a moment. There we are.
and the stairs slowly kind of move themselves towards a bunch of portraits. She stops in front of one that has a larger woman on the front of it. As you've been walking up here, you can see that, well, let's be honest, several of the paintings have been moving as you've been climbing your way up the stairs.
Are they alive? Are they alive?
Oh, what alive?
The paintings? Are they alive?
Do your paintings not move?
No. No.
I mean, I've seen a couple of muggle things before, but I just always assumed they were sleeping.
I didn't. No. Well, they don't. I mean, I know how you could make it look like that, but... Are they screens?
Screens?
With, like, video playing? No.
Sorry, I don't understand. Nobody's screaming.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. I think it's just one of those things now that I have to get used to and learn, and you have to eventually explain to me.
Okay, well, just keep it. I'll explain it to you later.
You know what? I'll write it down. Hold on.
Okay.
Painting/screens live? Question mark.
I don't know.
She
Can I explain that?
Did you pull out a quill and parchment or a pen and paper?
A pen and like a notebook.
What's that?
It's a pen?
That's a very funny looking quill.
The ones that we had to buy for school. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this pen. It's free flowing. It's nice.
Could I try it?
Yeah, here.
What is this?
So, like, the ink is inside, and it comes out on its own. Like magic!
I don't think this is this magic? I mean, I've already found out that muggles have magic. You went inside the magic thing. What's it called? What was that thing called?
Subway.
Yeah, and it ate you. So, I mean, anything can really go, to be honest with you, couldn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, this is not like that. This is just a pen. It's just comes out. The ink just comes out when you want it.
Muggles are so fascinating.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I
much to
should.
learn from you.
Yeah, and I have so much to learn from you. I mean, yeah.
Well, it's a good job we've
You
got
can
each
keep the
other
pen.
then.
I've got like 20 of them.
I can keep this?
Yeah, it's like,
Do you need-
I don't know, a couple quid.
Do you need a quill?
I mean, I've got one. I don't want to take anything from you.
Oh no, I have some. I have two spare actually. I can. Would I have these with me, Whack, or are they going to be in?
I don't know. What do you think? I would assume that they would probably be with your stuff, but it's up to you.
I would assume that they were with my. Okay. You know what? It's probably where we're going. Remind me, and I'll. Hey, put it on your list.
Okay, yeah. I like dig into my pocket and pull out another pen with another, and I just write it down.
This one's a different color.
Yeah.
It's got like a bank on it or something.
Yeah, it's like a hotel.
Yeah. Absolutely. So the prefect, Pandora, will sort of walk up along with Rufus Slate to this picture of a larger woman. The portrait's kind of like looks a bit antsy, and it's looking around. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
Doc.
So, this is the batch of first years?
Yeah. Hi.
Are you going to tell them how to get in or not?
What? What is what? In? Where?
Pandora looks at her and she says, Pollywog. Oh, can't we have a little bit of a chat first? I'm so lonely. You don't understand.
Oh my god, yeah, we can
I only
talk.
have other portraits to talk to and they're all so boring.
I think I want to be her friend. I whispered to Maisie.
Pollywog. I heard you. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Oh.
So, what are your names? Pollywog. Oh,
I'm Clem.
Fine. I'll just open like always. Eee. Portrait slides away and you can see a doorway behind the portrait. Yes, everyone just go inside. I'll just be out here with the other portraits. All right, first years, come on, this way. All right, everyone, follow me. Come on, boys. And then you walk to the Gryffindor common room. Lots of old wood and thick carpentry and comfy-looking sofas and chairs sit beside a roaring fireplace inside the Gryffindor common room. By the way, we have all these wonderful actual specific common room created by Jay the Way for each common room. Each one's a little bit different. So thank you, Jay, for that. Yeah, and inside you can see this very cozy looking space. It's warm. There's fresh wood on the fire, and it's a comfy place. It's a comfy looking place. All right, boys, we're gonna head to the dorms up this way. Girls, come on this way, please. And up you go, up the stairs, a sort of spiraling staircase leading up the tower as you head into your specific dormitories. And you can see, again, these sort of ridiculous canopy beds that are all posh and comfy-looking, big, heavy-looking mattresses and old-looking wood. Everything is a bit excessive.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, here's my things. Let me find you. As I go past the prefect, I'd put the pen behind my back like it's some kind of confiscated material, like hide it from her like it's some kind of really super naughty thing that I definitely shouldn't have. I can get you that quill. Okay, I can get it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Here you go.
Where's
It's
our
in here
pens?
somewhere.
Okay.
It's in here somewhere. Here you go. It's one of my mother's. It's a mottled eagle feather. I thought that you might like it. You gave me one of yours, so I thought it only made sense that I would give you one of mine.
Maisie, this is so beautiful. It doesn't even come close to a stupid pen. I can't take this. A pen is like 30 cents. It's not...
That's a lot, though. 30.
Well, cents. I mean, this is like a real feather, and it was your mom's.
Oh, no, don't worry. My mum knows all kinds of animals. She's forever getting quills. It's just quite nice to be able to share it with somebody else.
Oh, I will treasure it forever. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm just...
do you want to meet my cat?
Sure.
Oh, okay. You okay?
Yeah, I just didn't really know what to do. I've never seen somebody so happy with a quill before. I mean, it's just a quill.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never seen someone so happy with a pen before. It's just a pen.
Well, I guess
But,
it's not to me.
Same. You
So
want to
what's
see my
your
cat?
cat's name? Yeah, what's your cat's name?
So, some of the other students are sort of settling in. Another girl that I think you took note of, Maisie, because she's kind of famous, was, and there was a reaction, Clem, that I guess you didn't really understand. But there's also Lily Luna Potter, who was sorted into Gryffindor this year. That's in the room. She has a petite body, large eyes, and a pretty face. She's chosen the bed probably just across from you.
What's she doing? Is she just like unpacking? Or?
Yeah, just normal stuff.
And do I notice Maisie? Am I noticing Maisie's reaction right now?
What was your reaction, I think, when you heard her name from the Sorting Hat and everything, Maisie, and then she was sitting down at the table?
Kind of stunned, I guess, more than anything, but more like, wow, she's here, as opposed to like, oh my god, it's somebody famous. Like, it's very much like, wow, this piece of like incredible magical history, and she's alive and she's here, and like this kind of like, so this like excited, quietly excited type thing, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah, like this.
I think because you're so interested in Quidditch as well, do you think that you'd know the Potter history for Quidditch?
Yeah.
Okay. I think go
Yeah,
ahead and make
definitely.
me a I read about that roll. That's a mind roll.
It's a mind roll.
Yeah.
So do I put like extra on this, knowing like the books that I've read and stuff?
I'll give you one forward extra because you are very interested in Quidditch.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll plus your mind. Ooh, a 10. So on the I read about that mind moves section there. There's a bunch of different questions for specific things, but I think in this case we're going to ignore those questions. Normally you'd ask me 3 questions. I will give you instead 3 pieces of information. How's that? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So what I'll say is that, number 1, you're aware Harry Potter is like, even though he didn't play Quidditch professionally, his seeker skills at Hogwarts are like well noted. You probably noticed some of the pictures and the trophies and things. He's regarded as one of the best seekers that Hogwarts ever had. You also know that on the team is his niece, Rose Granger Weasley, a very talented Quidditch player herself. And she plays Chaser.
Okay.
You've probably seen her. I mean, you know, at the table and whatnot. She is a Gryffindor as well.
And do we know what year she's in?
She's a 4th year.
Okay.
She probably would have said hi, you know, and come over to Lily Luna while everyone was eating. There's also another Potter at Hogwarts. However, you don't really know much about him. He's not a Quidditch player or anything. But James Sirius Potter is a 5th year in Gryffindor.
They're all in Gryffindor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And we know that, and we know he's a 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if I would know anything about Harry Potter or
You can make a
any
roll.
of the family. Yeah, can I?
You can make a roll for it, sure.
Yeah, I'd like to roll for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll leave this up to you. Depending on how you think you would have found out about that, it could have been read about, or you could have investigated. It could have been something that someone mentioned, maybe when someone said something. Which do you think? I read about that, investigate. I'd even take a notice something. Which do you think?
Maybe notice something.
Okay.
I don't know that I. Yeah.
So go ahead and
I don't know that I would have.
make a mind roll for me, and this is with a -2 because you are a
-2.
Muggle-born. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. 6.
Yeah.
Kind of oblivious to the whole thing, I think.
Yeah.
It's just so overwhelming. Everything's magical. They're talking about crazy stuff. They don't know what a subway is. They don't know how much 30 cents is. What kind of crazy place is this?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So am I? I just want to know, like, am I clocking Maisie? Does it? Yeah. And like her reactions to these people.
I think since you got a 6 on your notice something roll, I'm gonna say no. You're like oblivious.
Okay. I'm just like, la la la. Where's my cat?
Yeah. You're like
Okay.
searching through your
Just
stuff.
like,
There's probably a
Let
random
me pass
meow.
this hero and.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Should we go and say hello to everybody else, maybe, Clem?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes. Let's do that.
And I think I'm going to lead us round the room, not directly to her, but just to everybody in the room.
Gotta cover all your
everybody until
bases.
we get to her.
We definitely need a roll here, I think. Let's see. I'll leave this up to you, Maisie. Do you think you're trying to be quick and quiet, or do you think maybe you're trying to show courage?
I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like we'd go straight up to her at all. Like, definitely introducing her. I mean, seeing her walk in is definitely the thing that's made Maisie go, we should say hello to everybody. But she's not making a beeline. It's not like, must meet this person and must meet them now. Like, it is very much
we don't need a move if you don't want to. It's fine. It's fine.
So what was I rolling for? Like, whether she catches us out, or
I was just trying to see what if we had a potential move there. That's my job. That's part of the things that I do for my moves, is try and figure out if you're all trying to make your moves. I have GM moves. They're kind of, that's how I sort of participate in the game. And you have your own moves. So I want you all to sort of keep an eye on the moves, and if you really feel like you're trying to make a move that's on the list, go for it. Say I'm trying to be quick and quiet, or I'm trying to tough it out, or whatever. Hop in. But you're just going around saying hi. That's fine.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's
The other girls, you met Laurel Buckton. There's also Beverly Buttercup. She's got a cowering body, dark eyes, and an expressionless face. And Ember Dots. Those were the other first-year girls.
who was the first one? Sorry, Wack.
Laurel Buckton. She's the one that you sat down next to that was a bit odd.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. That was Ember Dots. She was the one that was a bit
She was the one that was eating, right?
yeah, she was the one that was a bit abrasive to you. Laurel Buckton was the one that was sort of chiming in when you were talking about the subway. But yeah, them two and Lily Luna Potter are the other first year girls.
Okay.
So you make your way over
say
to
hi.
Lily Luna last.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Maisie. This is Clem.
I'm Lily.
Sup?
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you excited to be at Hogwarts? Like, do you know about this place? See, I asked because I didn't. It's all new to me, so.
I really like it. My dad said all kinds of things about it. And my brother James, he's a bit of a git.
Oh.
Cool, you have a brother? That's cool.
I have two brothers.
Ooh,
So James, he's fifth year, and then there's my other brother, Albus Severus.
Oh,
He's in
so-
Slytherin.
He's in Slytherin.
Yeah.
Do we know that, Whack? Would I know that?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to you.
Oh, can I roll for it? I have no
Sure.
idea.
Absolutely. Like I said,
Well-
when you think you'd like to make a move, you definitely can.
What's the best thing to roll?
It's up to you. So there's 3 different things that you could possibly roll. I read about that, investigate, or notice something, and each one would probably be a different way of figuring it out. I read about that, maybe a magazine or some kind of newspaper article or something. Investigate is a more thorough looking into if you're, say, obsessed with the Potters and you're really trying to search for the info or talk to people. Or notice something would just be, if you've seen the face or you recognize the face or whatever and you saw them in Slytherin.
I think it would be. I think it would be read about that.
Okay, I read about that.
I think
Go
it
ahead.
would be read about that. That's mind, yeah.
Yep. So just a regular mind roll.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I knew.
Absolutely. So, again, normally this is when you're trying to get remember some history, personal or otherwise. There is a list of questions that you can ask here. So there's a bunch of different questions that you can ask me from the list. You can ask me 3. But I think since you're trying to remember a specific person here, we can say that, as far as Albus Severus, you're aware he's in Slytherin. It was probably like controversial. You probably saw it like in a newspaper, like Potter, son of Harry Potter in Slytherin. Like you saw like a big, probably by Rita Skeeter. There's an article she wasn't in the Daily Prophet, right? Was she in a different
I don't
one?
think so.
She was in the other one, and I can't remember what it is right now. I'm blanking. I can't remember.
Either.
I can't remember.
Well,
what
no,
the
because
other...
there was the Quibbler and then there was the Daily Prophet.
Oh,
but
yeah, right. So it would have been the Daily Prophet.
So it would have been Daily
It would have been
Prophet,
Daily
yeah.
Prophet. Yeah. Okay. There's so many specifics. Trying to remember everything is ridiculous. But yeah, you would have. There was a Rita Skeeter article.
Your dad's Harry, right? Harry Potter.
She like takes a deep breath. Yeah.
I'm sorry, you
Wait.
must get that all the time.
Who's Harry Potter?
Everybody in the room just kind of like looks at you, and that's where we switch scenes. We're actually gonna go ahead and take our break here because we're a bit over for our break. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take our break here, folks. Thank you everybody so far for watching today's episode of Witchcraft and Wizardry. If you could do us a giant favor here at Table Story, we've just put our podcast up on iTunes. If you head on over to tablestory.tv/WAW, head on over, and it would be so awesome if you could actually download iTunes and rate and review our podcast for Witchcraft and Wizardry. There's a link there. We would absolutely love it. It would really help us out, so that you can help us get new and noteworthy on iTunes. That would really help out the show and help out Table Story in general. So if you could do that, it'd be great. Otherwise, make sure you follow all of these wonderful people. Head on over to the same link, and you can actually click and go check out their channels and things. Go give them a follow. And if you have yourself a Twitch Prime or an Amazon Prime that you haven't used yet, please consider giving some love to these wonderful players here. Use your Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime. Get yourself some emotes. And if you missed it, we have 2 new emotes here on Table Story. We got the wand and the magic emotes that you can combo with all different other emotes. Hopefully you enjoy those. And join us on our Discord. And you can talk about the show, and you can play the game as well. If you head to that tablestory.tv/WAW, you can play the game for free. It's totally free. Everything's free there. Get yourself a character sheet, print one out. I am updating the rule book this week. I meant to do it this last week. Just got a little bit behind on it. But we're gonna have a new version of the rule book. There's gonna be a form fillable character sheet if you want to use that, and we'll try and get you a Roll20 character sheet as well. We'll try and get that set up for you as well ASAP. We've also got some wonderful things coming to the Discord soon. Kujio, one of our moderators, has been working on a super secret thing that you can participate in. It's going to be related to the show. You'll be able to actually participate in the show in some way, and you'll find out how soon if you join us on the Discord. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hang tight for more Witchcraft and Wizardry. Back in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Table Stories, Witchcraft, and Wizardry. Welcome back. Welcome back. Is everybody ready to be magical again? I saw the emote spam in chat. Thank you, chat, for going ham with those emote combos. I love them. They're so good. They're so good. Thank you. Thank you for all of the emote loving. Appreciate
Did you just get choked up there, Whack? You were like, they're so good. They're
No?
so beautiful. So good.
I don't think so. Maybe you're
So
hoping
emotional, he
that I
doesn't
would get
even
choked
know.
I'm
up.
just going to imagine that Whack is secretly crying over the email.
Yes. Let's just project emotions upon Whack.
Yeah, just
I'm
force
down for that.
force emotion upon me. What am I, Brad Wodo? So we return, and I think we're gonna head to another tower. We're gonna head towards another tower. So we head on over to Ravenclaw Tower. And it's the group of first years, along with your prefect, in front of a statue. The prefect, specifically, the head student, Tabitha Coldbutton. Tabitha Coldbutton says, "All right, first years. To gain entry into the Ravenclaw common room, we ask that you answer a riddle. And since you are new to Ravenclaw, we will ask one of the first years."
I have a question.
Questions are good.
Would a key be easier? Then we could all just get one, or like a pass, or something.
The House of Ravenclaw values knowledge and the mind above all else. By answering a riddle, it proves this knowledge, and if you are unable to answer the riddle, then someone might come along and help you that has the knowledge to pass it on.
Okay,
Thank you for volunteering. Your name was Alexander, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. The statue sort of chimes in. You live in a one-story house made entirely of redwood. What color would the stairs be?
Red?
Incorrect. The prefects are
Red.
shaking their head at you.
Like a reddy brown? Like red, like a redwood color? Wait, oh wait. One story. A trick question. There are no stairs.
Correct. The passageway opens. You hear the stones sort of shuffle out of the way.
I muttered to Barney. Technically, I think that's a trick question and not a riddle, but obviously not semantics here in Ravenclaw, you know?
Barney just kind of nods his head. He's been doing a lot of that in the conversation. You can tell that Barney's not used to talking very much. So the stones kind of rearrange themselves and the passageway opens up. And in you walk into the Ravenclaw common room. And you can see a circular conference room near the top of the tower. The wind is coming in through some windows all around the circumference. You can see this comfy-looking couch and bookcases all about, and a fire sort of near the center of the room, along with some really interesting-looking globes and things all about the place. It has a very I don't know, I guess, how does it make you feel, Alex?
Well, I like the smell. As much as
What do you think it smells like?
old books. And it's a nice smell. I like that. And I like blue a lot. Blue's my favourite colour, so...
Does it remind you of home?
Yeah, a little bit. My home definitely smelled of old books, and then the only thing that's missing is Grand's cooking, but... I guess I'll make do with the book smell for now.
All right. The your prefect, and this was Drake Lawson, sticks the wand into his neck, and he says, with the sort of magical, smoky text writing in the air, "Welcome to the Gryffindor common room. Boys, follow me to your dormitories." And
Dormitories.
you walk up the stairs and head towards a sort of another circular room, a bit more cramped than this one, smaller, but these wonderful sort of canopy beds with these, I think, like really old chests in front of them, sort of like the treasure chest motif kind of look to them. That sort of rounded half cylinder that's put in front of them, and you can see it's old wood with sort of heavy iron placed on them, and you can see your things kind of like piled up around the center of the room, and people are starting to break off and pick beds and whatnot.
Do you want to be bed neighbours, Barney?
He sort of nods his head.
Well, I'll get my stuff ready. I gotta start moving my stuff over. Oh, by the way, if you ever the want to talk, chat, I know it's tricky, so you can practice as much as you like with me. I don't mind a good chat.
He sticks the wand into his neck. Thanks.
No problem. I did mean to bring some stuff, but I dropped it on the train, so
He looks
no fun for now.
He looks kind of confused.
Have you heard of Weasley's Wizarding Wheezes?
His eyes go really wide.
I had some.
In here? Not in the dorm?
Well, I don't have any anymore, but I mean, they're fun.
You're not allowed to bring them into Hogwarts.
Well, I didn't, so I guess we're okay. Maybe next time. though.
He's got like wide eyes, and he just nods his head. And he sorts his stuff out, starts to put it on the bed. There's two other boys besides you and Barney. One of them has a sort of willowy looking body and carefree eyes and a square jawed face. The other one has a sort of graceful looking body. You see that this person's kind of not really stumbling about. They're sort of being very precise with how they're moving through their things and sorting through and picking things and putting them on their bed. They have profound eyes and a rather emaciated looking face. Would you have been paying attention to the names that were called out?
No, too excited.
Okay.
But yeah, I put my stuff in the trunk. I sort of just throw it in. It's not really all that well organized, and then I jump onto the bed. This might be the best bed I've ever slept in.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's so big as well. Like there's so much space. Oh, well.
Barney sticks his wand in his neck. Says,
I feel like I'm floating.
I know, right? If this is the Hogwarts life, it might not be so bad.
Why would it be bad?
It's a good point. Can't think of a reason.
oh, I think we need a roll here.
Okay, convince, I assume.
Yeah, let's make a convince roll here.
Five.
So Barney kind of looks at you, and you probably drop some stuff, maybe, like immediately after you say this. And he says,
You don't seem too convinced.
Well, I'm sure I'll change my mind in no time. If everything's as good as the bed, then
What's wrong? Did I say something wrong?
no. There's some stuff that there's maybe some people or person at someone here I'm not that keen on seeing, so I thought it was going to be annoying having to see them all the time. I was a bit
who?
worried.
Was it one of those people that you were with?
Oh no, those are. Well, I think those are my friends. We just met, but we got along quite well, so they're all right. Maybe. What about you? Do you have anyone in the school that you know? Any family or friends or anything? Well, you've got at least one friend now.
he smiles. And he says,
Do you want a chocolate frog?
I reach into my pocket, trade you for some beans.
he makes like a weird face. Like you can tell immediately. I think that Clem and Rosalina made the same face on the train.
Oh.
He says,
I got sulfur once.
Oh, okay. I can understand why you'd want to take a break then. Some of the girls from the train, I think that one got vomit. Ugh. Another one, I got Neapolitan ice cream, so it's not so bad.
That's really lucky.
Are you feeling lucky? I'll do one as well.
I think make another convince roll. That was the lowest you can possibly roll there, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what?
eyes.
You actually beat the lowest that you could roll there.
Yeah. It's a special skill.
Because rolling a 2d6 would only really allow you to roll a 2. Yet somehow you've gotten yourself a 1.
He probably sees the slight tinge of fear in my eyes as I'm dreading possibly getting something bad.
How did you roll?
I have a negative 1 to my heart.
Ah, yes. Okay. He says,
Can't risk it.
Oh, okay. Chocolate frogs then.
He tosses one over onto the bed.
I open it really close to my face.
Like,
I don't want it to escape. It's a waste of good chocolate.
What card did you get?
Oh, let me see. I don't know, who's this? I hand it over.
oh no, you're not sticking this one on me, buddy. Roll me a D100.
Ooh.
100 being a more rare card, and 1 being a really common one.
38.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a 38 level figure from Harry Potter. Wait, it's okay. Chat will help me. Save me, Obi Chat Kenobi. You're my only hope. Well, I don't think I've heard of this one before. Who's Lockhart?
Oh, I've got 2 of him.
Oh, do you collect them?
Not really.
Well, maybe we should start. We can do a collection together. We can maybe keep this one for trading.
He nods his head.
Do you have somewhere you keep them, or shall I keep this one?
He just, he says,
You can keep it.
Okay. I'll put it in my trunk for now. I'd slip it in there. Well, at least the chocolate's good. I need to get more. Can I get it? Can we buy it at Hogwarts, or do we have to?
Barney, you can see he takes out like a little, he's got like a little sort of terrarium kind of thing. And you can see there's a toad that's in there.
Oh. What's your toad's name?
This is Bill.
Oh, I've got an owl. I think he's in the owlery? Yeah, his name's Benny. No doubt you'll meet him at some point. If you have food with you, he'll like you a lot, probably. But he'll be easy to spot as well. He's a barn owl, but he's a bit darker and he's quite small.
Nods
So give
his
him
head.
food and he'll be your friend.
One of the other boys sort of walks over to you. And he says,
What you got there? Is that a toad?
Yeah, that's Bill.
So, are we like drawing lines or anything on the floor? How do we know what area's ours?
Oh. I don't think we need to do that. I think we can just sort of... Well, the bed's yours, your trunk's yours, and then we can just sort of share the rest.
Alright, so no one's gonna look through any of my things when I'm gone.
No. Definitely not.
he's going to look at both you and Barney. Barney shakes his head.
No, I wouldn't do that. If you promise not to go through my stuff, I promise not to go through yours. It's an easy deal.
Alright, fair. I'm Alfalfa Silverling.
Alfalfa. Do you go by Al or Alf or...
Al's fine.
Oh. I'm Alexander Pippin. You can call me Alex if you like.
And you?
Barney, like, he gets a bit wide-eyed.
This is Barney.
I'm Barney Dogwood. Oh, that's cool.
That's what I said. It is cool, right? I tried it, but
You're-
it's tricky.
You're just like the prefect. He does it a lot better. It's still cool.
Yeah, and when you by the time you finish practicing with us, I'm sure you'll be better than him in no time.
Barney kind of like looks off to the side and he starts putting away some clothes and things.
Al, do you want some beans?
I've never had those before.
Oh, well,
Are they any good?
yes and no. It depends on what flavors you like.
Go ahead and try and convince somebody, please, Alex.
No.
Your
I'll
best
get
roll.
someone with these beans. Oops.
He's breaking his house. Great.
Hey, that was Astacon in chat. You jinxed me. I saw that. How dare you?
Wait, I think I remember. Those are the beans that can taste like puke.
Apparently, I also like sulfur.
Why'd you try and give me those?
Because they can sometimes taste like really good stuff, and it's always fun just to try.
I don't think so. I'll have a pumpkin pasty.
Okay. We should maybe pull all our sweets and stuff, but I've only got beans.
No. My sweets are mine.
Okay then. Well, next time I'm getting sweets, what do you want? Just so I know.
You won't do anything to them?
No.
All right. I like pumpkin pasties.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I like the chocolate frogs too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. I reach into my trunk. Do you have Lockhart?
No, I don't.
And he'll kind of like reach over and like snatch it out of your hand.
Oh, can I have it?
Yeah, we've already got two.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe if we all work together, we can collect all of them.
Wait a minute.
He'll like rush on over, and he'll toss you a different chocolate frog card.
Ooh.
This one is Severus Snape.
Ooh.
It used to be rare, but it's a lot more popular now.
Oh, cool. Do we have this one, Barney? Good.
Shakes his
I
head.
stick it in my trunk. There we go. Progress already.
And we end the scene there. If everyone could please look at your handouts, you'll notice that there is a class schedule for year 1. Sorted by 4 periods a day, 5 days a week, and you'll notice that flying classes and astronomy classes are at special times. Astronomy classes take place for each house on different days at midnight, so that you can see the stars properly.
Where is this, sorry, Whack?
In the handouts section, let's make
I
sure.
don't see it.
I don't see it.
Now
oh,
you
there we
can.
go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't see it before.
Class schedule.
Let's do that. There we go. So you'll notice, yes, there are 4 periods. There's a lunch period. And flying takes place at 3:30. Otherwise, the way that they describe a lot of things, like in the books, the times are like really weird. The math like actually doesn't work out for a lot of stuff. So this is about as close as possible for this stuff. And I can't take credit for these schedules. I did find these online. But I thought it was important to actually have a copy of the schedule. So let's see. Who are we gonna head to first class first?
Roll off.
We're gonna do a roll. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, go ahead and roll a 2d6, please. Oh snap! We're missing one.
No, I got him.
Oh, no, you got everybody. Okay, so looks like we're headed to Hufflepuff first. Hufflepuff on Mondays has Transfiguration class first. So we head to our Transfiguration class, our first class. Sorry about that. We'll get the roll window sorted. My bad. I don't know why that happened. What? Okay. I guess that changed somehow. I will fix that real quick. All right. Oh, my bad. I know what happened. Sorry. There we go. So, we head to Transfiguration class. I think let's get quick and quiet rolls for our Hufflepuff students. Let's see how on time you are.
That's just rude.
Oh my god!
We are the sneakiest and most on time of Hufflepuffs.
Excellent.
We got up early to go.
You did, maybe.
We're so excited. It's the first day, Whack.
Absolutely. So
They very easily found the classroom.
Hey.
yeah, so Transfiguration class. It's just the Hufflepuff first years in this class. It's a small classroom. And as far as your Transfiguration teacher, as the students get positioned and sit down in class, okay. Is the dice roller off? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Scroll that down. Sorry. Okay. You all sit down in class. The professor is someone. It's a woman. She has a rather lithe body, warm eyes, and a tough-looking face. As you all sort of walk in and sit down, you're early for class. She's kind of, she's up there, and you can see that she is I guess, very intent on seeing everybody that walks through the door. She takes note of each of you, and she looks at you very sternly for each student that walks in. Rosalina, you and Clem get these really intimidating looks. I'd like both. I'm sorry, not Clem. Rosalina and Hyacinth. My bad. Both of you, please make a show courage roll. This is your soul. Ooh, okay. So, let's see here. We'll do our fail first. When you roll plus soul, when you try to show courage in the face of something truly terrifying. On a 6 or below, the situation feels beyond you. You cower in fear, running from the fight, and take -1 forward when challenging it. I think the way that we can interpret that is up to you. How do you think you run from the fight here, Hyacinth?
I immediately make eye contact with the teacher and see that she's got a very tough-looking face. Her eyes are warm, so I'm conflicted, but I'm going to immediately run. Not run, but like... Someone's saying I'm muted. I don't think I am,
you're
though.
good. You're good.
I'm going to just quickly scuffle to the back of the room and sit in the seat in the furthest back part of the class and just like look down at my wand after I put it in, like playing with it, just kind of rolling it on the desk.
Okay. So, I think whenever you try and do something in the class today, you're going to have -1 forward when you try and get your courage up. We had a partial success from Rosalina. I don't know who this Luxy G is here in the chat. That's... Luxy, if you go to the gear on Roll20 at the top right, you can change your character's name there.
Oh, man.
So it'll display as your character.
Crushed it. Learning so much.
There you go. So, on a partial success, on a 7 and 9, you stand strong, but are still scared of this terror. Choose one from the list there. For the show courage move.
I'm finding it. Okay.
Your choices are, you're absolutely terrified and everyone knows it, but at least you're still here, ? You don't back down, but it's hard to concentrate and you take a -1 forward when challenging this terror. Or you let your friends down, but gain a +1 forward when challenging this terror.
I'm absolutely terrified and everyone knows it, but at least I'm still here.
Oh yeah. There's probably like a visible shaking as you enter the room. And I feel like...
It's like clutching stones and quartz and crystals to my chest in fear.
There's a bit of like a smug look of satisfaction as the teacher, the professor notices you as you sit down.
All right. It appears that everyone's here. I am Professor Hazel Barrows. And I will be your Transfiguration teacher. Transfiguration is the art of changing the form or appearance of an object, and hence this is what this class teaches. Transfiguration is a theory-based subject.
She looks around.
Including topics such as switching spells, vanishing spells, and conjuring spells. It is possible to change inanimate objects into animate ones and vice versa. Who can tell me what a conjuring spell is?
I immediately look down at the desk.
Yes.
Well, it probably means you conjure something, but I could be wrong.
Answering a question, answering a definition with the name stated is for foolish girls.
That's my bad. Yeah,
I
I'm
expect
sorry.
better in my class. Anyone else? Perhaps someone with some sense.
And you can see that one of the boys raises their hands. I think this he would have introduced himself as Maddox Biscus.
Mr. Biscus?
Creating objects out of thin air?
Correct.
And she glances back towards the two of you.
At least someone in Hufflepuff has a brain.
And that's where we're gonna end the session today.
You can't disrespect me like that and let me leave. How do I tell this professor I'm a muggle?
Oh, yes. Welcome to Hogwarts. So, the reason that I'm ending a bit early here is because we have end of session stuff that we do. There is end of session stuff that we do. It's not, it wasn't done in the very first session because we had to get to know everybody a little bit and we had to develop some things here. So let's do some end of session stuff. If you'll notice, there is a handout for end of session that you should be able to see. We're going to do relationships, classes / school, and downtime moves. So what I'd like to do is we're going to go around and sort of do each one individually. And when we get to the downtime moves, we'll have you do your shout outs and whatnot. And we'll go from there. So yeah. Good job thus far. Let's do our relationships first. Does anyone want to go first?
I will.
Okay. Clementine. Which
I
PC
grew-
did you grow closer to and why?
Maisie, for sure. 'Cause she's got my back and we swap pens.
Okay. Excellent. Does the group agree? Would you say that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you get
1000%.
in your relationship area of your character sheet, you can add a +1 to Maisie. Now, what does that mean for you? Whenever you do a roll that regards Maisie, you will be clicking on the button for that relationship, and it'll ask you what attribute to roll.
Cool.
Okay, and which did you grow further away from, and why?
Is it player character?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
My heart. Come
I hate it. I hate it so much. Rosalina, I guess. If you're gonna make me choose.
I feel like it's not fair that we didn't get to add the plus for us being friends in the first episode and then take it away.
Yeah.
Whack doesn't care.
Yeah, what? Can I do that?
Oh. Yeah, wreck, nerd.
He's
Wait, where
entire
where
friendship
is
now.
this on the character sheet?
So,
To the right of your traits.
yeah, it's right next to the traits, so on the first page. Just hit add. So you don't change anything, Rosalina.
Yeah,
this
no.
is,
I
this
just
is-
was very
yeah,
lost.
This is for Clem. Okay, and if you reach, so don't worry too much about the relationship stuff. If you get a -2 or +2, you mark it back to 0, and you check off a star of experience.
I will fight for you, Rosalina.
Okay, who's next?
I'll never let go, Clem.
I think
I'll go next, but I'm not sure. I didn't really go closer to any of the player characters this episode since I didn't interact with any of them, being in the loner house for this episode at least. So, is it an option to say no to adding
No.
a +1 to them, or will I pull it from the first session as well?
I'll leave it up to the group.
Maybe just pick like the one that you feel like you're like more inclined to become friends with.
Who got the good bean?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who got the good bean apart from me in the
I
first
think it was
episode?
Olive.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of
Olive?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'll add Olive as my +1 since we are bean buddies. And
She just
No.
comes back and you're like, hey, bean buddy.
it. No.
Luxie's trying not to make so many jokes right now.
everybody wants to be a bean buddy. And then I think maybe Clem's my one I'm not so close to since she was kind of shut off and weird, and I'm kind of
Wow. But okay.
I'm the kind of like extrovert who like makes introverts not want to
Yeah.
talk to them.
Sure.
So yeah, Clem, I think's my negative one. Sorry, Clem.
Nice. Creating
Yeah, I'd agree with
frenemies
that now.
already. Okay. Excellent. Who's next?
I think I can definitely say that I've grown closer to Clem for sure.
Okay. +1 to Clem and you. And who did you grow further away from?
I think again that's kind of hard considering.
Suck it up and pick
Kind of, I guess. But if we have to take thanks, Zach. But if we have to take last episode into
I couldn't play
consideration
Planet
as
Zoo
well.
all day. You can pick a person to hate. Do it now.
Wow. Who's projecting now?
Whack is nearly headless Nick when nearly headless Nick is like mad that he's not headless.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Olive then from last episode.
Okay, let me just send
I
a
think-
message to Nega Oryx real quick.
No,
Hold on.
don't.
Somebody clip that.
Since you weren't here,
Can somebody
I hate
That's you.
can somebody just clip that for me real quick? Go
You
ahead and
are
post
my
that in the Discord.
Neg, I don't hate you. Just for clarification. Just to...
Too late. It's already been clipped. So, sorry.
Why can't we all just get along?
All right, so put the -1 to Olive. Fair. I get it. She kind of looks like you. It's, you know.
Competitive hatred.
redhead competition. I'm the true redhead.
Who's next?
Dare challenge me for my throne.
I just want to get it out of the way. I just want to get it over with.
Okay.
I grew closer to Hyacinth and I grew further away from Clem.
Betrayal.
I'm sorry.
So much for loyal Hufflepuffs.
All right. And Hyacinth?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I grew closer to Rosalina.
Mhm.
But I didn't meet any of the others.
You gotta pick one that you hate now.
Just
Who
pick one
rubbed
that you hate.
Who rubbed you the wrong way? Be
Okay,
honest.
this is what
It's all right. We'll definitely take it personally, so don't worry about it.
I know.
Forever.
So what I'm gonna do is I noticed Alexander Pippin across the room, and I got a Hey Arnold crush on him, and so now I don't like him as much.
Oh, okay.
I got a Hey Arnold crush on him.
I
Hey,
get
Alex.
that reference.
Hey football head.
Hey, football head.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. All right. And now we're going to do our classes and school roles for how well you did in class until the next session.
I'll just leave. How about that?
I would like... Now, we have a -1 coming from Hyacinth on this roll. So that'll be your -1 forward. Everybody, please make a mind roll. Make a mind roll.
And I add a -1 to this, correct?
-1 forward, yeah. Okay. So. Oh, Maisie did not do so well. Everybody else did okay. Everybody did okay. So, what happens on the various rolls? On a 10+, your house gains 5 points towards the house cup. On a 7 to 9, your house gains 2 points towards the house cup. And on a 6 or lower, their house loses 5 points towards the house cup. Thank you, Maisie, for dragging everybody else down.
Sorry, everyone.
I must have done really well on like extra credit at the end of that class. Because damn, I was not doing hot at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well,
You
it's not just Transfiguration. It's not just Transfiguration.
Okay,
It's
okay,
all
okay.
it's classes.
That's the partial part
yeah.
of the success.
Yeah. It's a little bit of everything. Okay, so yeah. I'll tally up the points and everything, but we had Rosalina with 2 for Hufflepuff, Maisie with -5 for Gryffindor. Let's go ahead and let me just open up my notepad. Okay, +2 Hufflepuff, -5 Gryffindor.
I totally would have just like thrown myself down to get another -5 just in solidarity. And then everyone would hate us both.
Another +2 from Hyacinth. A +2 to Ravenclaw for Alex. And Clementine with a +2 for Gryffindor. Gryffindor's not looking great. If only there was a way that we could fill out the other house points. I'm thinking, now, hear me out. If you chat people were on Discord, probably by next week, there would be a way for you to help figure out these house points. So viewers, make sure you join us on the Discord, tablestory.tv/Discord, because you can help the various houses get some points. As far as downtime moves, each of you can choose one downtime move to decide how you spend your downtime. There are things such as clubs, jobs. You can try and create potions, which I do not recommend for this first day. You can try out for the Quidditch team. You can take part in some social activities, hang out with friends, going on dates, being social in general. You can practice your spellcasting, or you can study, like all good students should. Let's go around the room. Let's do some shout-outs, tell people where they can find you and what you do, and let's do downtime moves. Zagonicus, you ready, buddy?
Yeah. Hey everybody, I'm Zgodicus. I'm Zgodicus everywhere on the internet, so join me there. If you enjoy my role playing here on Table Story, then you haven't seen the other shows I've been on, then head on over to the Table Story library on YouTube or on the various podcast places where stuff's available and check some of them out. They're great. For example, Katie Peters and I were on one called Sector 49 that Whack DM'd for us, and it was incredibly fun. It's not quite as family friendly as this. It's set in the Judge Dredd universe. There's lots of violence and bad language, but it's so funny. It's so much fun. So if you haven't seen that one, check it out. Maybe you'll like it. And make sure that you check out this game and pick it up and maybe play it with your friends or family or whatever, because role-playing's so much fun. And then you add Harry Potter in the mix and it's great. Okay, for my downtime, I think I'd probably hang out with Barney and practice his talkie spell thing a bit with him, because it's cool and it seems like you're allowed to do that. So
You would like to
that's what
try
I'm
and
doing.
practice your spell casting.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a magic roll, please. Oh,
12.
that's a 12. Very nice,
I failed
Alexander.
so many rolls today, but I nailed my 2 magic rolls.
You
Excellent.
deserved it.
So, on a 10 plus, the PC, that's you, gets to temporarily add an additional spell to their spell bank for their next session at their current year. Very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Katie, are you ready to go next?
Oh boy. Yes. Hi, I'm Katie Peters Plays. Thank you for having me and letting Hyacinth. When Whack and I made this character, I rolled so much things that she's just a sickly person. Like everything was like,
She was
she's
supposed to
deaf?
be a smelly person.
I am smelly. I was trying to, mix it up a little bit by saying I was covering up my BO with perfume. She's got a good heart, okay? But
How come so many of the Hufflepuffs smell?
I heard when he was reading them off, I'm like, why are we all smelly?
That snort. I heard that snort. Don't think you can hide that, Murgles.
Sorry.
But I'm very grateful for the opportunity to at least play in this universe. And yeah, maybe Hyacinth will show up sometime. Or like I was saying in chat, Whack may kill me off next week.
Dramatically. The mystery
Yeah,
has
it just takes
begun.
The show takes a
murder of
turn
an
for the dark
11-year-old.
side. All of a sudden,
11-year-old.
Hyacinth shows up in the trunk of some car. No one knows how she got there.
Better be a magic.
I mean,
Cycle
Harry
begins.
Potter. Harry Potter starts with the near murder of a 1-year-old.
There
So
we go. It can get dark, so.
if babies can die, if babies can die.
But yeah, so thank you for having me on Katie Peters Plays. You can find me over on Katie Peters Plays and here on Sundays playing a very unlucky tiefling ranger named Aura. So come watch me fail all of my roles on Sundays. So downtime. I want to join a club.
Awesome. So, I have these made.
Whack prepared? Never.
I have so many tables. The only reason that I don't have something is because I just can't find it. That's why that happens. Okay. So let's see, extracurricular stuff. So, there are some extracurricular classes you can take, and there's also like clubs and things. I'll read the extracurricular classes. There's art class, ghoul studies, magical theory, muggle art, muggle music, xylomancy, and as far as the clubs go, you can make one up pretty much.
Okay, I'm gonna make up a club.
Perfume making club?
Showering club.
Maybe. Candles, scented candles.
Wrong. I'm in the showering club.
We only meet once every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
God. I have this whole backstory for Hyacinth. Is there a muggle knitting club?
Now there is.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Do you knit sweaters for Gregory?
She doesn't wash her
She's
sweater,
a
she just
knitter.
knits herself a new one.
Yeah, so she wants
A
to,
new cat?
So I'll join the muggle knitting club because I've seen my mom do it magically, but I'm I'm determined to make scarves for my friends here in Hogwarts.
Determined to get
so-
those calluses.
Yep.
Awesome. Go ahead and make a soul roll, please.
Okay.
Okay. It didn't quite go exactly like you anticipated. I think you tried to join the club, and you tried to knit one and purl two, and you instead you purled one and knitted two, and they just couldn't take you. Sorry.
They kicked me out of the club?
You failed the tryout. You can get in.
Well, now
failed the
Hyacinth's got a
tryout.
vendetta, so she's angrily knitting on her bed.
Revenge of the
I'm gonna show them. Pumping out
That'll
ugly
be the
scars.
best knitter they've ever seen.
It's just like
Gregory's
origin
just
story.
sitting there staring. I just want to watch the knitting tryouts so bad. They're just like,
Time starts now.
Poor technique. Poor technique.
Lopsided.
Awful. I'm
Pot
sorry.
holder.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Myrgles.
Oh my god. Hi everyone, I'm Myrgles. I'm here for this show on Tuesdays. Sometimes you can see me kicking around in Pumpkinberry stream. I'm also on Twitter at Myrgles on Twitter. I'm a professional animator, storyboard artist, illustrator, all that jazz. And yep, that's me. Downtime. I think Clem would be studying, trying to figure out all this wizarding nonsense.
Okay. Go ahead and make a mind roll, please. Ooh, not great. So, I think that you're just kind of overwhelmed by all of this stuff. It's so different than what you've had to learn in your past, and the way that everything's kind of written and the way that things are described is so contrary to the sort of muggle schools that you've had to attend thus far. So it just goes really badly for you with the studying. You don't really absorb any extra info. Sorry.
No worries.
Luxie.
Makes sense.
Hi, I'm Lexi Game. Sorry. I just like the idea of her just Clem sitting on the bed with like 8 books open, just crying.
What? No, not even crying, just like I've stared into the middle distance now for like an hour. All of them are open, which means I'm reading none of them.
Your cat's worried about you. Hi, I'm Lexi Games. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. You can find me here on Twitch like Wednesdays through Sundays doing a variety of things, mostly making terrible jokes. And also on Twitter. I wholeheartedly believe that Rosalina is just trying to introduce herself to everybody, or just like she's stuck in a corner trapped talking to somebody that they're trying to escape, and she's like, anyways. So I figure we should do the social activities for her.
Awesome. Give me a heart roll.
Okay.
Oh!
Wait, it says a 2d6 plus a heart roll.
Yeah, but it's already taken into account.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I made no
Mark
friends.
stars. Just don't
Yeah.
forget.
Remember to mark
yeah.
those experience stars when you fail
So you
these
just
rolls.
give yourself a star every time you fail?
Yep.
Sorry, this is the first time I failed Zacodicus.
What? It's not like I'm already at 5 stars. in a second, too.
Wait, where are the stars?
On the
They're
first
right
page.
under
on the left.
positive
Oh.
traits.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Luxie. Colo.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I'm really scared now. I'm going to fail too, aren't I? Hi, I'm Golo. I'm a full-time variety streamer as well here on Twitch. Hello. I'm also on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram as well, all under the same name, all under Hello, it's Colo. Also, I have to say, I said this to the cast and whack during the break, but I have to say it because Earlier on in the show, I failed a roll and then I proceeded to describe a phone. It was completely unintentional. I was trying so hard to not describe a car. And I'm not kidding. I have a Lego advent calendar here, a hoodie, and a picture of my nephew, and it was entirely unintentional. Sorry, guys. So I promise I wasn't sassing you, Rack. Sorry, guys. Promise. Just
Minus
felt like I
one
had to get off my
forward
conscience. Sorry.
on all future rolls.
Fucking
I am the
power
GM
gaming,
of Doom.
metagaming BS.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you can find me in all those places. I'm really scared of whack. And I would think, I think Maisie would be on the Quidditch pitch. Is this a tryout though, Whack? Is this a?
This is a special role. In fact, you are trying out for the Quidditch team.
I've waited my whole life for this. I can't wait. Can we all be there?
Yeah.
Are you-
I'm there.
Are you ready to try
Yeah.
out for the Quidditch team?
I'd be there supporting you. You
Yeah.
can do it, Maisie.
I'm not.
Same.
Polo's not. But I think Maisie's gonna definitely be ready.
Okay, let's
for
see
it.
if we can find some appropriate music for you here. Let's see. Let's do this one. I think maybe, or this one. Let's do this one.
Considering all my knowledge and reading of all of the books and my dad's job, can I get some forwards on this, please?
Let's describe what it's like to try out for Quidditch first, shall we?
Okay.
Let's describe it. So, there is a section in the rulebook in regards to Quidditch. The Interhouse Quidditch Cup. There's a section for Quidditch tryouts, which they actually do kind of early before the actual Quidditch season starts. They allow people some time to practice and whatnot, so it's actually really close to the beginning of the year. So, keepers are interested in the soul attribute. Beaters are interested in the body attribute. Chasers are interested in the heart attribute. And seekers are interested in the mind attribute. What are you trying out for?
So this was always in my head, and then as soon as oh man, okay. So this was always in my head, but then as soon as we met Lily, I was like, oh damn, because she would really like to be a seeker.
Okay. What I'd like for you to do, because you're trying to argue with me in regards to
Yeah.
knowing a lot about Quidditch,
Yeah.
you're going to have to make a roll. Let's see if you
Okay.
get a +1 forward on your roll. You need to see if you know that. Please.
If I know that.
Go ahead, and I read about that.
That's an 11.
That's an 11. You have a +1 forward. Seekers get to make a mind roll. Now, before you make the roll, let me just say what can happen. On a 10+, they're able to make the team. On a 7 to 9, they make second string. On a 6 or lower, maybe try next year.
Mind roll +1, yeah. With a forward
Mind
of one.
roll with 1 forward.
Oh my god.
Chat, I need to see more magic wands and some magic.
Magical buses.
I feel like I need to tell you this is Maisie. My dad is gonna be, it will be fine. It will be okay, but he's you see, he works in the ministry, and he works in the Quidditch department, for the regulation, and I've grown up like this, and all of my friends that I know are on the teams, and I know I'm just a first year, but I really want this.
That's an 8. Welcome to second string.
Yes!
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm Wax Steven. I have been your GM of Doom. I've dragged the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. Welcome to the second string Gryffindor Quidditch team, Maisie. Welcome.
Sorry, what was that? I missed that.
Sorry, now you fail. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, chat, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for being active in the chat. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you. I want to see some fan art. Where's all the fan art? We got some for Olive. I know there's people that want to draw some of the stuff that's been going on so far. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you want to help support Table Story, one of the best ways you can do that is to head on over to our Patreon, which is just tablestory.tv/pledge. If you would like to get an NPC into the show, you totally can. I'm looking for students and I'm looking for creatures right now. And if you are on our Patreon at the lore drop tier, then you can head on over into the form, and Witchcraft and Wizardry should be added. I added that in there. And check out the rulebook. I've got instructions on how to create those things. Roll for it. Do whatever you want. Choose it. Make something cool. And hopefully we'll see that there. Thank you to Colo. Thank you, Luxie. Thank you, Murgles. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Zagonicus, for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I appreciate you, chat. Hopefully we'll see you next week as we play more magical people in the world of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Peace out.